Hello, so today I wanted to touch on cycle syncing. Now you may have heard the term cycle syncing. It is a term coined by Alyssa Vitti in her book Woman Code, which is absolutely packed with tons of information all about hormones and is something that's definitely worth a read. So whilst there's no kind of concrete scientific evidence behind it, it has been practiced by women throughout the centuries. And many today are using it successfully as a way to kind of harness your hormone cycle, because we feel differently throughout the cycle, and that's normal and natural, and working with it rather than against it can have so many benefits. So from the moment we start our period in puberty, hormones can feel like they're controlling you, and whether it's feeling kind of overly emotional, angry, tired, snappy, hungry, our fluctuating hormones can affect our performance, relationships, and generally how we feel throughout the month. So syncing your diet, lifestyle and the activities that you're doing throughout the month is a really powerful tool to harness this natural hormonal ebb and flow to your advantage. So understanding the different phases of your menstrual cycle is the first step. Knowing what to do in each phase to help your hormones can help get them working for you and not against you. So the first phase is menstruation, our period, and this is the very start of our follicular phase. So day one of our cycle is the first day of your flow. As your uterine lining sheds, your estrogen and progesterone are at their lowest levels. FSH, so follicle stimulating hormone, starts to rise, and your ovarian follicles are kind of in a race to be selected for ovulation. And this bleeding usually lasts around 3 to 7 days depending. Now the symptoms you're experiencing during this week could be potentially a sense of relief, particularly if you're suffering from PMS. In the lead up to that, it can feel a real relief to kind of get your period and those symptoms start to shift. But you also might feel tired, withdrawn, very sensitive to pain, and also emotionally kind of fragile as well. So to kind of sync in this cycle sync in this phase, so our diet, ideally we want to be focusing kind of warming soups, stews, dark leafy greens which are full of magnesium and fibre to help clear those hormones, and also kind of magnesium to relieve any muscle pain and cramping. Root vegetables, really healthy kind of comfort foods. Also foods rich in iron, which will help to replace any iron loss during bleeding. So iron sources are whether that's meat and dairy, bone broth, or things like beans, legumes, and also dark green leafy vegetables. But if you're having dark green leafy vegetables, we just need to add a source of vitamin C, so a squeeze of lemon juice onto dark green leafy vegetables to help our body absorb that iron a lot easier. Also, ideally we'd like to kind of limit caffeine and alcohol, because those can have an impact on pain and also the clearance of our hormones. Exercise, so our energy at this time of your cycle is quite low, so just don't overdo things. Focus on gentle movements, so whether that's walks, yoga, stretching, and kind of slow down that schedule in some kind of maybe some self-care, some massage, and also a real focus on sleep, to help you feel kind of as rested and really restore that energy. Whether that's also activities like planning and journaling, and just try not to overdo it on the demanding work